Hi everyone, welcome to another week's video. Today I have something very exciting to share with you. I went for a walk and I decided to browse in the local shop here near my house, and I was happy enough to find these beauties over here. You might have seen already in the title of this video that today I'm going to be swatching and sharing my opinions on the new Caran NeoArt pastels, crayons, not sure how to call those. Here they call it Artist Permanent Wax Oil Pastel. So yeah, the new NeoArt pastels. You may have seen these already in other YouTube channels here. They have been very popular lately. Artists are a curious bunch, so as soon as they were released, I started seeing videos popping here and there with artists showing how they perform and their opinions. Now, little disclaimer, I am not super familiar with oil pastels. I have a few. I have been intimidated to use, I confess, and I don't have a lot of experience. I don't usually go for oil pastels or even dry pastels, not at all, because I don't use fixatives. They are too toxic for me. And so take my opinion on this video with a grain of salt, because I will be giving you a perspective of someone that is just testing a new material without any expectations that these may behave in similar ways as oil pastels or to use with specific techniques. I have nothing in mind. Spoiler alert, I really like them, which was surprising for me actually, because I saw in a few videos some people were a bit uncertain of what these were created for, where do they stand in between neo colors and the neo pastels. So I'm gonna start by swatching them, and then I'll try a few things here and there to see how they behave, and then let you know what I think about them. But before that, as usual, I'd like to thank everyone that has been following me here. I really appreciate all of your support, and continue doing what you do best, leaving your comments here, give me that thumbs up if you like the video, sign up for notifications to know when I'm going to be publishing the next video, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. It really helps the channel. So I'm going to be using now to swatch this Dalerone mixed media little pad. I'm going to first do a bit of reordering here, more or less by color. So one thing that struck me right in the beginning when I saw this in the art shop is the color palette, because I have quite a good few new color tools, and I have the colors that I really like, and I thought that these would be basically the same colors as the new colors, but no, they follow the color palette of the Luminance and the Museum Aquarelle. So there are colors in this range with the NeoArt that you cannot find in the new color. So that already got my attention when I saw certain colors that I only had in pencil format, and this is more or less what I base my color choice in. Like I said, I was very fortunate to find this in my local art shop. That means I was able to purchase them individually, so I could choose the colors I wanted. Otherwise I wouldn't be tempted to get a full set, as I didn't know if I would like them, and the more basic sets wouldn't have all the colors that I like. So I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so you can see close-up of me swatching them. So let's start this swatching. I have named the page over here, and I did this little black square so we can test the opacity of the first one, which is the white one. I hope it's dry, so let's see. So it is opaque. I'm not sure if it's more opaque than a traditional oil pastel, but it looks like very similar to me to the way the NeoColor behaves so far. One thing I forgot to mention is that these ones, they have this shape, like, I'm not even sure how many sides, 8 sides maybe, or 6 sides, but it's already losing the shape here as I used the tip to swatch. And they have the name over here, pretty similar to the other type of pastels from Caran. So the next one, it's called bismuth white. It's a warmer type of white. These you'll be able to hopefully see better here, so I didn't add the black. It's a very creamy type of white. There's a little bit of particles coming, as it's common to happen with oil pastels. And next one is called Prime Rose. Next we have Butternut, another warm tone, type of an apricot. And this feels a bit, how could I say, drier than regular oil pastels. Maybe slightly drier than the NeoColors, but for me it's quite nice texture. Actually, I don't like pastels that are too creamy and buttery like Sennelier. And this one is a color I do have in NeoColors, I have in colored pencils. I love this color, it's called Saffron, so I could not leave it there. It's a beautiful orange. Really loving all the tones together. Now we have Russet, that is another color that I have with the Luminance colored pencils. It's a very nice earthy red. Now I think I'm gonna continue down here with the other colors. We have a beautiful rose that is called Violet Pink. It's a very nice muted pink. And this is definitely a good addition to the colors that you would find in the NeoColor range, because I don't think there's anything of that kind in that range. This is another one very nice, it's called Violet Gray. I really like purplish grays, so love this one. Then we have Dark Indigo, which is another one I have in the Luminance pencil, and this is so dark that it almost looks black. So I think it's a great color to have if you want to use a very dark tone but you find black too harsh or not lively. This is a great one to use. I have this other blue here. This is Chrysocolla blue. I have this in the Luminance, the pencil, and I'm so happy because I don't think that there is blue similar to that in the NeoColor. I mean, there are different type of turquoise, but this Chrysocolla blue, very beautiful tone. Finally, we have green, and this is dark phthalocyanine green. I'm gonna put it down below here because I have other two type of greenish colors. This is another very dark tone. Olive brown. It's a nice muted tone. And last but not least, we have raw umber. That to me makes me reminds me of kind of a greenish umber. So these are the colors that I got. Now I want to make a simple test, which I did already in store, but I'll do that for you here to see if they smudge like oil pastels do. And they do smudge, as you can see here, but I would say to a lesser degree than oil pastels. I think that oil pastels tend to smudge much more than that. The regular oil pastels would have completely lost the initial shape that I drew here. This one you get some effects around, but you still have the main square, let's say, remains here. I guess it depends on what type of techniques you want to use with it. Like I said, I'm not a big pastel fan, so I'm not even used to this type of techniques, but I think it will be interesting. Let's say if you are drawing a light or something and you want to create halo around it, it's good to have a little bit of give, like in these pastels, but they are not too easy to smudge. So I actually like that because I find oil pastels quite messy. They go everywhere, and these ones, they're a bit less wild, a bit better behaved, let's say, let's put it that way. So I find them easier to use for the type of art that I make so far. I'm trying to experiment with different materials, but I think this suits me, these characteristics. So yeah, you can see here a bit better the tone as I'm smudging it. Depending on the, sometimes I can get a bit more smudging. It may depend on how much you lay down or how long has it been since you laid down on paper. This has been longer than this, so now what I think I'll do, it's I've seen a video of Monkey Mitaka using these crayons, and I was very intrigued by the way she used them. She used them with resist technique, with watercolors, and I thought that it's a great way to put them to use, and I think this is interesting for the type of art I make. So I'm gonna do a little drawing here and I'll come back to do a demonstration. So I'm back. I drew a very little doodle here of a house with some greenery and a little creature on the back, or not so little creature on the back. And now I'm going to use a bit of the NeoArt here and there, and I'm gonna add watercolor on top and see what I come up with. So I'm gonna put some music now and let you watch me paint, and then we'll be back. Hi, so I'm back. It's a few hours later, so I hope the lighting is still okay. We are approaching sunset here, so I'm gonna show you a close-up. I also named all the colors, and I just want to precise though that the olive brown is olive brown 50%. I hadn't mentioned this before while I was swatching, so I'm gonna show you the close-up of the colors and also the little demonstration I did here. So that was it. I hope you enjoyed this little experiment using the new Caran NeoArt pastels. Let me know what you think. If you are curious also about trying this new product from Caran, if you have tried already, what do you think? It's something that you'll be interested in. I'm also curious to know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!